Star Wars video gaming looks to be back on the horizon, and oh boy, I'm excited. Greetings everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to my channel. Today we're of course discussing the brand new announcement of not one, not two, but 3 new Star Wars video games coming soon. From Lucasfilm Games, Respawn Entertainment and Electronic Arts. This is of course the next Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order game, which we could presume is going to be Jedi Fallen Order 2, but might be something different, and I'll tell you why I think that in a second. We've also got a new FPS title set within the Star Wars universe, led by a game director who's a veteran in the Star Wars gaming space, who's previously worked on the original Battlefront 2, Empire at War, and The Force Unleashed, and many other projects, which we'll touch on in just a second. And finally, a brand new Star Wars strategy game to top it all off. Yes, you heard me correctly there. You know I'm a big fan of Empire at War. It's a strategy game, if not one of the ultimate Star Wars strategy games around. Well, it looks like we might be getting a new Star Wars strategy on the horizon. Whether it'll be close to Empire at War, whether it'll be close to XCOM, I don't know just yet. Either way, let's dive in and discuss it all. So yes, you did hear me correctly, 3 new games are coming out of Respawn Entertainment, and obviously they are a subsidiary or sort of in partnership with Electronic Arts, and obviously this is all under Lucasfilm Games, so it's a very exciting time to be a Star Wars fan. Not only do we have all of those fantastic Star Wars TV shows or streaming shows on air right now, including the Book of Boba Fett, which I've been enjoying very much, and obviously The Mandalorian, along with Obi-Wan Kenobi, we're also getting a massive expansion to the Star Wars gaming space. By the way, if you are interested in following the most dedicated Star Wars news, including a brand new Star Wars podcast, which I'll stick a clip of at the end of this video, then head over to Star Wars Now, the link's on screen and at the top of the video description if you want to check out some dedicated Star Wars content. We'll be covering all the new games and currently the Book of Boba Fett. Check it out. So yes, the first in these new projects is of course Jedi Fallen Order 2, or the next Jedi series. Game director Stigamuson and his team at the studio, aka Respawn, are already working on the next game in the action-adventure Star Wars Jedi series. Now, keep this in mind, it's not being sort of advertised as Jedi Fallen Order 2. It is being listed as Star Wars Jedi series, or the Star Wars Jedi series, perhaps suggesting that the next game won't be called Fallen Order 2, but it will perhaps be called something else. My little theory is that the Star Wars Jedi series will follow different Jedi. So obviously, Jedi Fallen Order followed Cal Kestis. What if the next game's going to follow someone completely different? A new original character in a new sort of era or, genre of the Star Wars universe. Either way, it could be pretty exciting. Perhaps we'll follow a young Jedi Knight in the Clone Wars, or another person in the High Republic era. All of this is setting in to sort of evolve the Star Wars universe even more. I'm personally really looking forward to it, while I'm really keen to hopefully reconnect with Cal Kestis and follow his story, particularly as we establish those characters so well in Jedi Fallen Order. I really hope, we also can look at other aspects of the Star Wars universe as well. Either way, I'm really excited for that. The next Jedi Fallen Order game is currently in development at Respawn. Work is progressing very nicely on it. Industry insiders do report that perhaps it will release in 2022. I'm personally not a big fan of that idea, but I do think we'll see an unveiling of it either by May 4th or as we come around to EA Play and the sort of Summer of Games festivals we've come to expect many of the games from. So keep an eye out for that. We're following all here on the channel because we are massive Star Wars gaming fans. I'm currently charging 3 lightsabers right next to my desk right now, so you can tell I'm a big fan. Okay, next, let's talk about the FPS game. Obviously, for recent times, we've had the Star Wars Battlefront series, which has been the dedicated de facto first-person shooter title of the Star Wars universe. Now, Battlefront 2 has had, unfortunately, its support ended by EA. The idea of Battlefront 3 was also shot down by Electronic Arts after DICE pitched it, but now it seems Respawn themselves are taking on this new FPS title. And what's even better is the man who's the game director. Peter Hischerman, who's a name that might not ring a bell, but if you do know him, then you know why this is fantastic news that he's assuming the title of Game Director at Respawn for the new FPS game. He's actually got a long and accomplished career with the Star Wars video game franchise, having previously worked on Star Wars The Force Unleashed, Empire at War, as well as also being an executive producer of the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. He's had some massive amounts of experience in Star Wars video games, along with other FPS titles as well, including the Medal of Honor series. I know many of you have played that out there, it's a fantastic game. So certainly they've got the right man in charge to lead this new, vibrant and hopefully ambitious FPS title for the Star Wars universe. While Star Wars may be about the Force and things like that, and sort of spiritual journeys, and all the Jedi and versus Sith, the FPS is the core part of the universe as well. When we see the Clone Wars, the Galactic War, stuff like that, it is the core part of the Star Wars universe. So the Galactic Civil War, you know what I mean? All these sort of troops running around with guns. So sometimes focusing on the troopers instead of the main characters is really interesting. And this is where the original Star Wars Battlefronts kind of thrived on. So you were just a soldier on a battlefield running around shooting things. Or shall I say a battlefront. Okay, let's talk about the new strategy game. Now, as you know, here on the channel, I'm a big fan of the games Empire at War, Empire at War Forces Unleashed. This is obviously by Petroglyph. This is, of course, by Petroglyph, who have been wanting to make a new Star Wars strategy game for quite some time now. Well, that may still be in the future, down the line, we don't know just yet. However, it does now appear that a new strategy game is being developed at Respawn Games. This is actually in production collaboration with a newly formed game development studio called Bit Reactor, which is helmed by games industry veteran Greg Forschtek. Now, Respawn is going to produce this Star Wars strategy game, while Bit Reactor leads the development on this title. What's even more interesting here is the studio is sort of, founded by ex-employees of Firaxis, who made the XCOM game. Likely this new strategy game might be focused on turn-based combat in a sense, or turn-based strategy games. That could be really cool. Greg Forschtek previously worked on Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, XCOM 2, and almost spent 2 decades at Firaxis as an artist and then an art director. So realistically, that's going to be very fun, and I can't hope to see what he's up to. Now, this brings us to 8 Star Wars video games in development with 8 different game designs of 7 different studios. This is fantastic, realistically. It means more Star Wars video games are coming down the pipeline. In addition to the ones I've mentioned today, we also have Star Wars Eclipse and Quantic Dream, the KOTOR remake from Aspyr, the open world by Ubisoft and Massive, Hunters on Switch, and of course LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. It is a great time to be a Star Wars gaming fan, and I can't wait to focus on it here on the channel this year. Tell me, which of the games mentioned today, even the additional ones, are you most excited for? For myself, I'm not sure. I think I'm really looking forward to Jedi Fallen Order 2, if that's what it's going to be called. But then again, I find myself drawn to the FPS title, but also the strategy game at the same time. Again, Empire at War is a game I've sunk over 100 plus hours into it. Probably even more than that. So the fact we may be getting another sort of adventure into, the strategy focus for Star Wars is fantastic. I will say, I have a feeling we're going to see our own XCOM style Star Wars strategy game, perhaps in the style of Republic Commando or something like that, because a lot of videos originate on YouTube of, Star Wars mods for XCOM, so that could be really fun to see. Whether it will remain, I don't know. This is certainly a great time to be a Star Wars fan. Having a veteran sort of games industry developer such as Peter Hishman back to produce Star Wars video games is fantastic. I grew up playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original, and have played with many mods, and I still play it to today on PC, because it's such a classic FPS experience set in the Star Wars universe. Nothing's really topped it yet. The EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 wasn't quite there, but the original really outsold Star Wars video gaming for me and really got me into playing video games as a whole. So to see sort of Peter returning for this, sort of like, lead a new team, developing something in the FPS space, I am super excited for. But do tell me down below in the comments, what are you most excited for in the Star Wars video gaming space? For me, it's super exciting right now. There's so much content coming out soon, not only for the Star Wars video gaming space, but also for the, the TV space as well, and the movies. There's so much content coming out. It is a fantastic time to be a Star Wars fan. Don't forget, if you want to watch a brand new Star Wars podcast with myself and my good friend Hamish, aka Young Obi-Wan, you can head over to Star Wars Now and watch it. Here's an exclusive clip we took and uploaded recently. Take a look at it.
The thing I'm actually excited for is if Star Wars Now ever gets its own clothing merch, because I've realized recently that the only piece of clothing I had that is Star Wars branded is a pair of Star Wars boxes, and I had to get rid of them. For
legal reasons. What do you mean why'd you have to get rid of them?
They're too small.
Oh, well, that's just casually showing off.
My damn thick thighs are just too mahoosive.
Well, now we know immediately what's making on the TikTok version of this today.
Yeah, it's just thigh time.
I don't think I own any Star Wars clothing. I might have a Star Wars t-shirt. I think I have some Star Wars boxes as well. They're probably too small at this point as well, because I think I had them from 9 onwards. Don't make a joke about size, because I know you want to, but I don't think I have any other Star Wars clothing.
If that sounds like the type of thing you're going to watch, then head over to Star Wars Now. I have a link in the video description. We're on our way to almost 1,000 subscribers. We're currently on 895 or something like that. So it'll be amazing if we could reach there by the end of the week. I know you guys are really massive Star Wars fans. I'm a big one as well. I cannot wait to share more Star Wars adventures with you. But for now, I have been Captain Jack. Thanks for following me and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.